Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing cloudy conditions out there at this time and some light rain being detected on the local station. Otherwise, temperatures in the mid 40s, light wind out of the north, and overall we'll see cloudy conditions continue through the day today and some on and off light rain chances as a few disturbances move in and around the region. Take a look at the current surface analysis right now, looking at an area of low pressure just off the coast that's going to be funneling in some moisture with the focus of a few showers around the area this morning. Possibly seeing a break in the activity before this next system off to the west brings in some influence with another chance or continuation of some light on and off shower activity as we get into the evening. And then behind that, we should see that tapering off by midnight tonight. And behind that, we'll see much colder air moving into the area as well as some breezy conditions developing. If we look at our upper level winds from this morning, sounding had some northeasterly to easterly winds closest to the surface, becoming west southwesterly to southwesterly as we go up in the mid and upper levels. Our peak wind today was 77 knots at 25,000 feet. Our freezing level today was at 4,800 feet. If we look at the local radar picture at this time, we do have some light radar returns off to the west and pushing through the local area. As mentioned, do have some light rain being detected on the local station here, and expect these showers to continue pushing through the area as we move through our morning and into the first part of the afternoon. We take a look at our current visible satellite. We can see plenty of clouds in the area, not expecting those to go anywhere. We do have those showers just southwest of the area that are expected to lift through. Could see a break in the action behind that, but do expect some rain chances to continue as we go into the evening time frame this evening. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, kind of overdoing a bit of the precip at this time, but does signal possible break in the precip activity for the first part of the afternoon as that area of low pressure tracks just off the coast. Tightening of the pressure gradient, bringing some slightly breezy conditions later in the afternoon, and it's still keeping some light showers around as we go into the evening time frame. And as that area of low pressure tracks off to the northeast, that's going to start funneling in some of that colder air as we go into the evening, and we'll start to see some slightly breezier conditions as the rain tapers off around midnight. Could see a few flurries across the midshore, northern part of the Delmarva Peninsula, but here locally we'll see that just rain showers, and that will be tapering off. And as those clouds start to break, that's when we'll really see the breeze start to pick up as we go into our day on Saturday. Good chance of seeing a wind advisory on Saturdays. We expect those peak gusts up around 28, possibly 30 knots through the daytime hours. We can see those lower thickness values indicating some much colder air. So that, along with the breeze, will bring some very chilly conditions as we move through our Saturday. We'll see even colder conditions as we go overnight Saturday night into Sunday, with the breeze continuing but slacking off slightly as the pressure gradient slowly weakens as we go into Sunday, keeping some slightly breezy conditions around for Sunday, and then a gradual decrease in those winds as we move into Sunday evening. But after the rain today, looking at a stretch of some dry and cold weather as we go through the weekend. We go into next week, starting off Sunday evening here, zoomed out with the European model. We'll see high pressure building in and taking hold of the forecast as we move through Monday and into the early morning hours of Tuesday. We'll see a Clipper system tracking to our north. It's going to bring a weak boundary into the local area as we move through the day on Tuesday. A lot of models indicating not much in the way of precip with this, the front weakening as it comes through, but just a very slight chance of a light shower on Tuesday at this time. And then behind that, we once again see a stretch of some drier weather as we move into the second portion of the week. So looking at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we keep an orange risk for precip as we move through the daytime hours today till about midnight tonight, where we'll see periods of light rain, on and off light rain showers, and then some breaks in that activity. We're just seeing some overcast conditions. Do have a yellow risk for reduced ceilings with that activity as well. Overall, expecting those ceilings right around 3,000 feet to 1,500 feet at times, and then possibly down to 1,000 feet with any light rain moving through the area. And we'll start to see those ceilings break as we get past midnight, rising up to 2,000 feet past midnight, and then eventually becoming a scattered deck as we move through the early morning hours. And we'll see those winds picking up out of the northwest behind that activity, with the peak winds initially around 19 knots. And as we get to the start of the day on Saturday, we'll see those peak winds up around 23 knots. It's when we pick up that yellow risk for those winds that are above 25 knots, with the possibility of that wind advisory. Tides running normal at this time. Likely seeing a wind advisory for our Saturday with those, again, peak winds up around 28 to 30 knots. We'll see our high just up around 41 degrees. We'll see plenty of sun with just partly cloudy conditions around the area. Saturday evening looks very cold with a low of 19 degrees and keeping that slightly breezy conditions, likely seeing those wind chill values in the teens as we start the day on Sunday. And then our high just above freezing for Sunday with a high of 34 degrees, and those wind chill values likely starting off in the upper teens and continuing through the day into the low 20s. As we go into Monday, we'll see another pretty chilly day with a high of 38 degrees. We'll start off once again in the teens for our low, and then start to return to more seasonal to just above average conditions as we move through the remainder of the week for the holiday. Seeing partly to mostly cloudy conditions for Tuesday as that weak boundary, or what looks to be a weak boundary at this time, moves through. It's looking at about a 15% chance of a light rain shower with that activity, and then back to drier conditions with partly to mostly cloudy conditions for Wednesday, high around 48 degrees, and then partly cloudy for Thursday with a high around 50 degrees, and we'll get those low temperatures back up to right around or just above freezing for those days as well. That's going to conclude our 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.